Alright everybody, welcome back to the SUG HEATWAVE UNEC edition. For the last episode, we interviewed Honor George, who is going for the position of the Secretary General. And if you've not listened to that episode, I really advise that you do. For this particular episode, we are going to be interviewing somebody who is going for a position in the House of Senate. So please, will you introduce yourself to the audience?
Good afternoon, everybody. Good day, everybody. My name is Danie Eleanya Ole, a 20th-level student of the Faculty of Law, University of Nigeria, and a senatorial aspirant.
Okay.
I hope to represent the interests of the people of the Faculty of Law in the SUG Senate.
Okay. Okay. So, what exactly does people in the House of the SUG Senate do?
So, the Senate is a lawmaking body.
Okay.
Here to make laws and legislations that govern both the SUG UNN and SUG UNEC. So it's more encompassing, it's more far-reaching.
Yeah.
House of Reps governs just UNEC. But the SUG makes regulations that affect not just UNEC but also UNN. Yes. So lawmaking, oversight functions, because the SUG is what we approve as first of all, we have budgetary approval power.
Yes.
We also have the power to oversight. We can call both the executives of both campuses to order. We could also call members of the House of Reps to order when they overreach. Currently, we are planning. Anyways, I think I won't disclose here. There are things that will happen when it happens here also. But we have more encompassing powers of oversight than the branch House of Representatives.
Okay.
So that is just what we do in a nutshell.
Okay. What problems or what are you hoping to tackle when you become a member of the House of Senate?
Thank you very much. You see, the Senate for a while now has been seen as a talk shop.
Okay.
So for a while now, failed politicians go to the Senate and hang up their shingles there. They throw themselves to the Senate and they don't do anything.
Yeah.
So they've made the Senate look redundant. But then the Senate is not redundant.
The people inside the Senate.
The people inside the Senate have made it redundant.
Okay.
But my goal is legislative renaissance. Let us bring forth a Senate that would be the pride of the Senate of the University of Nigeria. Let's bring a Senate that would be a beacon. A Senate that other Senates in other schools will emulate.
Okay, that's very nice. So
how do we do that? Legislative renaissance. We must be intentional about what we are going there to do. I'm very intentional about my own, and I've said it here. I've said it both here and outside. Legislative renaissance. Consequent to this, I've drafted my first bill.
Okay.
The students, you've seen the bill, the Students' Complaints Commission bill. Yeah. So looking at creating an ombudsman, a complaints commission that would hear complaints, especially complaints on human rights abuses, student rights abuses, because of late students are being victimized. Students have rights, for instance, but these rights are not upheld. These rights are mostly observed in breach, and that should not be so. So that's what precipitated my drafting the bill.
Yeah.
I'll present it before the Senate at the appropriate time. All I'm waiting for is for the elections to come and go, and then for me to first be inaugurated.
Okay.
I've also drafted motions of importance on many issues, many relevant issues that are affecting us as students. Of course, with time, in the fullness of time, everything would come out.
Okay. For those that are in the SUG House of Senate now, are they people that you say, I want to emulate these people when I get there, or in your own eye, are they like, these people are not doing anything, I'm going to change everything when I get there?
Okay. This is a hard question because the current crop of senators are all my guys.
Okay.
They are my own people. But then, if there's any of them who want to emulate, it to be Vincenzo Block. Yes. He's done a bit. At least he's been a whistleblower.
Okay.
The senator. And he blew the whistle when the certain SUG official put a personal budget at around, that was around 8 million or so. Yes. The DOS that time, that was my year one. DOS, her budget included many things. It grossed it was in the region of millions. So he blew the whistle as to the reasonableness of the budget.
Okay.
So that's the kind of thing I want to do. I want someone that I'm not going to collude. You understand? Yeah. Because when the senators go and collude with one another to collude with the executives to hide their mess, they're no longer perform the oversight function. They become rubber stamp. You understand?
Yeah.
The powers are separated. we are here as an arm of government to check. So we shouldn't be dancing and singing their praises.
Yes.
And then we should appropriately check the activities. We shouldn't be helping them to cover up. And then too, aside, when we say we are checking and we are checking them, it doesn't mean that we are enemies to them. It doesn't mean that we are opposed to them.
Yes.
But then we are making sure that they don't overreach their powers. That is not opposition. That is our enmity. Understand? So I'm not going to be unnecessarily adversarial to them. I'm not going to be unnecessarily quick to, but then I am ready to.
You're going to have to do your job at the end of the day.
That's okay. Without fear or favor.
Yes.
And I can say boldly that I'm going to do my job without fear because I'm not beholden to any of the executives, especially not the presidents. I'm not beholden to them. So the collusion cannot spring up from anywhere.
Okay, how many are you people inside this SUG House of Senate?
Okay, there are 18 faculties, 3 people per faculty. That's about that's about 54.
54 people.
About 54 of us.
Okay, so don't you think that if you let's say as you're coming in with this mindset of no fear, no favor, if the other people that are going to be working side by side with you come in with I know this person and I know this person and I'm going to do fear and I'm going to do favor, how is it going to affect your?
Okay, at least for my colleagues, I can speak for my colleagues in UNEC because I've interacted with a few of them, with a number, almost all of them. So I can speak for them and say that they are entering with about the same mindset with me.
Okay.
And then I believe in influence.
Yes.
I believe that I can influence things.
Yes.
I believe that I can influence people. You understand?
Yes.
So I'm a very charismatic person, and you know that.
Yes, I do.
So I believe that I could be able to rub off on them, and this would not arise. This issue will not arise.
Okay.
Also, rub off on them.
Okay. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, I have this question.
Sure.
I'm very curious about it, and now I want to know how well does UNEC itself, how well does it help in this political game? Does it make it easier or worse for you people?
What game?
This politics of a thing,
Come again. I want to see where you're coming from.
How well does UNEC
as a separate campus?
Yes, as a school with the leaders of UNEC and vice chancellor and all these people
okay, the school administration.
Yeah, the school. Okay, how well do they help you people in this your political?
The school administration gives us the leeway. You understand?
Yeah.
The people often say that the school. Well, I feel like it all boils down to our leaders.
Okay.
It all boils down to our leaders. The school administration will only do its bit to the extent our leaders are ready to do their own bits. That's the thing.
Okay.
And then the work of the SUG is to ventilate our grievances before the appropriate authority, which is the school.
Okay.
Understand?
Yes, I do. Okay, so why House of Senate? Why not maybe SUG Vice President or something else? Why House of Senate?
I love the legislature.
Okay.
Since that day in 2015 where I watched Senate plenary for the first time, I told myself I'm going to be a senator someday, somehow. I believe that in the National Senate I would make my way there. In the normal Nigerian Senate, National Assembly, I become a senator someday. But then I've also understudied the duties of the Senate, how the senator should do, and all that. And I've come to the conclusion that the best way to serve my people, the way best suited for me to serve my people is as a lawmaker.
Okay.
I also believe that there's a legislative solution to every problem, to every administrative problem. You understand? Yeah. And I've skilled myself. I'm taking up an internship at the Enugu State House of Assembly under the tutelage of Honorable Chima Obieze. I also study the procedures of Senate, study parliamentary procedure. So I'm too well versed in it to leave it to go for say. Not that if I don't, and then I believe that it's not like I would not do well anyways if I went for any of the other positions. Yeah. But for me, being in the Senate is a calling.
Okay, yeah.
They're calling to do things differently. Because I've studied the Senate system in this school, and I found out that we could do a whole lot more with the Senate, but we are not.
Can you give me like an example?
Okay, good. One of my cardinal goals is human rights.
Yes.
Which led to me to make to draft that bill I told you.
Okay.
Now, the Senate, the last Senate, throughout their duration, did nothing legislatively. There was no legislative activity. To the best of my knowledge, at least, there were no real bills. You understand? And it was conducted like a court. Nothing actually came out for us to know that this is what we are doing. Senators should be able to come home, get our points, get our grievances, and then table it at the Senate. It's not been going on for a long time. Senate should often have public hearings when bills being sponsored are brought before the public to discuss them. These things are not being heard. I believe that if I go, I'll ensure that these things come back. Okay. One of the things I'm going to do is regular town hall consultations with my constituents. I believe that people like doing copy. If I do it once, do it twice. People, if not in other campuses, if not in SUG, people who are doing this for campus would see it and want to now start their own.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
When they start their own, status don't begin to become accountable to their people. Then that this is what I'm doing, so that's what I'm doing. And then when people see that senators from here are doing and they're on this, and theirs are not doing, they'll be like, hey, what is the problem? That is it.
Okay, so you plan on making the senatorial system in UNEC so good that other schools will want to copy it?
Yes, other schools will want to copy it.
That is very, very ambitious, and I love that.
I'm an ambitious person.
Yeah. I noticed. I remember on the day that day you spoke at Congress, I honestly didn't know like you were that kind of person. I honestly didn't know. So it actually came as a surprise to me. Okay.
My classmates it would not be a surprise to my classmates anyways.
Yeah, I saw their reaction. They already knew the kind of person you are. Basically I'm just getting to know you. So okay, is this election thing like, is it like a do or die something for you?
It's not a do or die something for me. A do or die something for me.
Okay.
First of all, things that I'm going to post. So every faculty should produce 3, and we are just 3.
Okay.
You understand? So, by virtue of that fact, I'm no longer contesting, so to say. I'm just waiting to be crowned.
Okay.
So my election is not a do or die. But then, my plans are a do or die. My plans, I stop at nothing to ensure that this is my plans, this is my noble objectives that made me to want to become a senator are actualized. But then it's not do or die, so to say, because I know that these things are a matter of influence, and I have quite an influence. Okay. So all I have to do is to pitch it up to my colleagues, and they'll see this with me, and then these are noble objectives. Will bear fruit for all of us UNEC students.
Okay. Because the person I spoke to this morning, he told me that the people that it's do or die for are the people that basically put so much money into the campaign. They're the people that basically, they did a lot of giveaway.
Fun fact.
That kind of thing.
Fun fact.
Okay.
Have you seen my flyers anyway?
No, I have.
For this my election campaign and election everything. The most money I spent was the money I spent in doing. Anyways, I didn't spend. That was what I spent last year. So I didn't spend a dime, technically, in this election. I didn't spend a couple on the election or on the campaign. Igbos will say that Ahiyama Neronwe.
Yes. So you're that confident that you're going to win. Okay.
And then also the thing is that maybe it's because I'm not going for an executive position. Because if I had to go for an executive position, yes, I'd have brought out some money for campaigns and flyers and all that to make myself appeal to larger mass of UNEC students. You understand? So, but then this is within my faculty something, and we're already complete. But even if we are not complete, I believe that I would still not spend up to 10,000 naira.
Wow. I mean, I know a lot of people that are basically spending and spending.
SUG elections will cost a lot, actually. A whole lot. But then too, it's unfortunate anyway that there's this trend that is beginning to pop up.
In UNEC.
Candidates, it's more than just in UNEC. Candidates spending excessive sums for elections. It's a recurrent trend. It's more than just in UNEC.
Okay.
One of my friends told me, one of my friends in a school, a certain school in the south of Nigeria, he told me that during the SUG election, that one of the candidates bought $1,000 in $1 notes and used it to buy votes.
Wow.
On the election day. This is not to add the money spent on campaign and all the other things. And look at the funny part, he still lost. So I feel like it's more than just a UNEC problem. Nationwide, student union politics is becoming a cash and carry game, a highest bidder game. And that boils down to one other thing. You see, I keep on lamenting that the bane of student leadership, student unionism in Nigeria, is that these SUGs are now led by politicians, not activists. Okay. I mean, the glory days of the SUG was those days when we had the real activists as SUG presidents, the likes of Chimo Bani, the likes of Tony Nwoye, people who had balls, people who were courageous, people who were actually moved by the sufferings of UNEC students, of university students. Now, these days, what we have are just demagogic politicians, people who are insulated from our sufferings. They live in fine houses in WTC, live in fine houses outside, drive good cars. So, nothing concern you.
Yes.
With the IG. You who fetches water from IGA well to wait. You who eats at those shops near hostel, in front of the hostel, where they sell food to you with insults. You who is in class and lecture and you who is a student of one or two faculties in this school, where lecturers talk to students anyhow, and maybe verbally abuse students and maybe even use their, to hate students and all that. You who has to undergo verbal assault from non-teaching staff. You who get victimized by a lecturer for standing up to him. You, a girl who stays at Libya, where there is a stench and the other is too much for comfort. You, the girl who a lecturer is threatening to fail if you don't service him. These things happen,
Yes, they do.
So, these students who are money bags, what can concern you? It's none of their business. They don't know what to feel.
Yeah.
So you would expect them that even if they enter, they would be concerned about you. You could go to hell for all they care. You could. So, when they're insulated from your sufferings, you don't concern them. So that's the thing.
Was this thing was it how it always was, or is it a trend you started noticing that the SUG candidates, people in the SUG seats, went from people that actually care about students suffering?
It's a trend that's been recurrent for a while now.
Since you were in first year?
No, even as at my first year, it was already a trend. I mean, ask everybody who was there in my first year. My first year election was the election where we had Capital, who outspent everybody. We had the likes of AG, who later became president. We had BJ then. We had also for all the four candidates, only one stayed in the hostel. That's Okenwa. He was in GH hostel. We were in the same series. I admired him. I believe that if Okenwa entered, he would have done a better job as president. Or if BJ then entered, he would have done a better job as president than Capital or AG. Because these are money bags.
Yes.
Money bags, Let me leave it at here.
Okay. Let's say when you get into the House of Senate, and let's say the president, like you described, maybe the president might be a money bag, right? Somebody that doesn't actually care much about the students. He just care about himself, his gang, and maybe, I don't know, his lifestyle. Is there anything you can do?
Okay. As senators, we have jurisdiction over both Nsukka and UNEC campus. Yes. Now, if president being a money bag, it's his pockets. But then, the Senate will be on the toes of our presidents. We'll make resolutions telling them when things go wrong. Things such as the higher grasses. I was coming here to see you, and I saw the
grasses.
I were overgrown, too close for comfort.
Yes.
Now, one of the things I'm gonna do is to sponsor a motion of public importance, urgent public importance, mandating the president to clear those grasses, to ensure those grasses are cleared.
The Senate has that kind of power.
You have the power. You understand?
Yes.
And so him being a money bag is in his pocket, but then we are going to breathe on their necks to ensure that which is their duty must be done.
Okay,
that is what we are here for.
Wow, that's very, very.
And it's more than just Enugu campus, Nsukka campus too. You understand?
Yes. Okay. You guys monitor UNEC and Nsukka.
Yes, the whole of University of Nigeria.
How do you know what goes on in Nsukka?
Anyways, that is where senators who are in Nsukka come in.
Okay.
Because they are to represent your people. So these things that affect your people, we bring it to the fore.
Okay.
What affects my people? Bad hostels, dirty this, dirty that. I bring it to the fore. I bring it for the Senate. It's motions of urgent public importance. I say until the House will pass a resolution to this effect. That passes the resolution, and then this. So people who are in Nsukka, their problems. Draft the motion. Bring it before the House. House approves.
Okay. That's very nice. The thing you said about campaigning, I just want to clarify. I want to know your thoughts basically on campaigning. Is it that you don't campaign when you're sure that you can?
No. I feel like this campaign is a dicey issue. The purpose of campaign is just to tell people who you are and what you want to do.
Yes.
That's the thing. That's the entire purpose of campaign. But then we already full already. So there was no need not to now go about telling people that vote for me, I will do this, I'll do that. But then since I know I'm going to enter, it's not of telling people I'll do this, I'll do that. It's now trying to make sure they see what I would have campaigned with.
Yes.
You understand? That's the thing. And another thing, there's this bad trend within UNEC too. And I feel like this is what enables the money politics. Because when you come to campaign to students don't really want to hear your capability, to hear your ability, to hear what you intend to do. They want to see for you to share money or do give airtime, give away 100 naira,
yes.
Or buy biscuits or buy water.
Yes.
So we have our own problem.
Not just from
because we should be able to call our candidates and tell them to give us their blueprints, tell us what we want to do. You get?
Yes.
And even when we are supporters of candidates, we should be able to support people who have things that they know they're gonna go there and do. Many students are campaigning for this candidate, all these SUG candidates for SUG. I'll tell them, if you ask them, what is this your candidate going to do differently? They cannot
tell you.
Because they don't know themselves. And they don't care. And most times, the candidates don't know what they're going to go there and do. They're like Atiku. All they want to do is, I want to answer president of SUG. I want to answer director of this. I want to answer director of that. But what do you want to go there and do?
Okay.
So we don't elect clueless hirelings, idiots, into power. That's it.
Okay. I want to just get your take on this. Politics in UNEC is basically, for me, it's a bad trend. I don't know if anybody will say that is what it is.
What
or
is it?
Is the thing of faculty tribalism when it comes to politics.
Oh, faculty nepotism.
Yes. So, what is your take on it? Is it like is it what it is, or do you think it's something that should be solved, or do you think it's something that should be changed?
People often ask, you see, not human beings are nepotistic in their orientation.
In nature, yeah.
But then, when we do our faculty tribalism, we should do it with sense. If my faculty is going to produce a candidate who is unviable, I will not support him. Now, nobody is more loyal to LOSA than me. I'm the most loyal person to our interests as LOSA. But the day LOSA brings a candidate, an unviable candidate for any position, I will not support him. This is a matter of personal principle.
Okay.
But look at it here. Think that you're expected to give your faculty's candidate at least the right of first refusal till you're sure that they are not okay for the job. And we must not always retreat to our faculty lines anyway. The main thing is just go for the best candidates and support them. If your faculty has the best candidates for the job, hooray! For instance, the best candidate for the job of VP is Valentine Onyema from my faculty. Yes. I'll not if I go and vote to somebody who I don't know, who has no plans. You understand?
Okay.
The best person for the job of secretary is George Onoaha. No other candidate comes close. He's my faculty, so it's hooray. Yeah. That's how it is.
Yeah.
And then the best person for the role of SUG Sec is Innocent, because I know that I'm confident that under him there will be greater accountability and nobody is going to steal our money. And he's in my faculty, so it's not a win-win.
Okay, so I mean the tribalism should come in when there's a good reason to vote for these people,
yes.
Not just that they are from your faculty.
Yes.
I really hope people hear this thing, because I mean I've been seeing it happening a lot, right?
And it's not just a UNEC something, you see.
Yes, actually, it's not
politics
just
generally. Politics generally. In politics, when you play politics generally, people often retreat to tribal lines, tribal fault lines. For instance, I'm from Abia State. You live in Aba.
Yeah.
So you're conversant with what happened with Tonga people, PDP, and everything in 2015.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Well, I mean, for me, I think it's what Honor George said this morning. He said that it's, and it made sense to me. He said that it's like it's just that thing that doesn't need to be solved. Like it must be there. This tribalism of a thing is that it must be there, but then it can be regulated. But like part of it is what makes politics to be politics, and it really starts well with me. Okay. Throwing the question back to you, when you get into the House of Senate, are you looking after LOSA's interest, or are you looking after UNEC students' interest?
No, I'm going to Senate to represent LOSA to represent UNEC in general and LOSA in particular. But let's bear in mind that this is the Senate of the SUG,
yes,
University of Nigeria.
Yes.
So I'm going to represent the interests of whole students of the University of Nigeria, not just LOSA. But then I'll have peculiar interest for the people of LOSA to look out for their interests and look out for them. But then I'm representing everybody, because this thing I'm going to go to the Senate and do will affect all of us equally.
Yes, it's me.
Although there are things I'll do specially for law students, programs I want to initiate for law students specially, but there are things that I'm not parochial. I'm going to represent everybody, because if I go there to represent just LOSA and nobody else, I would fail, because I'll now look within just LOSA without looking at the bigger picture.
Okay, if there was one thing you could change about politics in general, what would that be? Let's say you had the power to change one thing about politics in UNEC, in Nigeria, in basically everywhere. If you could change one thing,
I would just make sure that people who are unviable, people who have no plans, never find their way near political office, are not even allowed to campaign. Because that's one problem we have. People who are idiots, dimwits, coming to campaign. People who have no idea of what the office they're going for entails, but want to answer for my this or for my that.
Okay, I think that's very because there's something Tony keeps telling me. He said that politics is not a dirty game. It's the people that play politics
Actually.
that make it a dirty game. I mean, I've always seen politics as this no-go area. Number one, I've always seen politics as this bad thing. I've seen it as this, but I sooner came to understand that it's not the politics itself. It's the people inside the system that makes it what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're basically coming to the end of this interview. Okay, we started a trend on this marathon where one of the SUG representatives leaves a question for the next person that is going to speak, not knowing who they are leaving it for. And so this morning, the person who spoke with us left a question for you. So the question goes, what is that one thing you think can stop you?
I think can stop me.
Yes.
Nothing.
Okay. The one thing is nothing.
Nothing.
Wow. Why did you say so?
I'm confident that God is on my side.
Yes.
And with God on my side, nothing can stop me. No man, no woman, nothing. At all.
Wow. I honestly like your level of confidence. I mean the way you basically know about the game of politics very well. I mean, I used to view your status a lot. I used to see things talk about that is basically how I got to know that you're a very political person. Then this week, this week, I saw you speak in the Losa Congress, and I was like, wow.
So you actually read my status?
I do now. I do.
Because my friends tell me that when they say I write that long thing, they just skip. That's good. Thank you very much for that.
No problem.
My status for me is where I unbundle. I speak on my natural best. I speak unhinged.
Yes.
And I speak on issues that are real issues.
Okay.
I speak on politics. I speak on other things too. I often talk about music, clearly Afrobeats. I love music. I love Afrobeats.
I've noticed you put them on.
I speak also on politics. I speak on emerging trends. You understand?
Yeah.
The status for me is like a diary.
Okay, that's how you see your status.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Well, leave the question for the next person who will be appearing on the show.
Okay. Should I write it down? Should I say it out?
No, you write it down, not say it out. Well, thank you for this opportunity to podcast with us.
Thank you.
Was a really great session. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.